Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about the first time tag. Please stay tuned. Next week I'll be talking about my first time losing the V card tag, and today I'm talking about my first time in university, basically failing tag. So I don't think a lot of people know this, but behind me, seemingly, someone actually recently said I look really stupid. So I think I should clear the air. I'm not. I am a University of the Free State graduate. I studied media studies and journalism. Yes, only a coffee knows the feeling. So we're talking about the struggles of university now during these tough times. Hey guys, so in university I had our two compulsory modules, which is PKO, journalism and communications, right? I then had political science. Yes, I had political science. And then I also had English. Het ek Engels gehad op first year, second year? I had English, I had Afrikaans, I had criminology, which almost cost me my whole degree. And what else did I have? Those are the ones that I can remember. So picture this. You come straight from high school. So I'm a Brebnarian till the day I die. Brebna High, Brebna Primary till the day I die. I'm Brebnarian. And I've always been not doing really good at school, but I've always been doing good. Like, not to survive, but I'm a hard worker type of a child. I mean, I made it to university mainstream level and I had a bursary. So I think I kind of did well. So picture this. You're a kid. You've never failed in your life before. And then comes this devil called university. There's no teachers. There's no reports. So basically, whether you get a report card or not, there's no teachers to tell you that we're writing a test there and then. It's either you check out your updates or your whatever's posted on Blackboard, or you miss out, or you go to a lecture. You just miss out. You even have the freedom to go to the lecture or to not go to the lecture. So it's really completely different from school. Completely different from school. So yeah, I was going to university. People always used to have this misconception that education, language practice, and like what I studied, media studies and journalism, this actually includes all of communication as a whole. Humanities as a whole is just like not difficult at all. You can pass with flying colors. Those are like the easy, happy-go-lucky courses. Come to University of Free State and let I could feel your hard face, and then you come and say the same thing to me again. There I go. My dad decided I am going to study political science. I should include political science as a module. Even though I continuously said I do not want to do political science, my dad still felt that no, political science is what you're going to do. So I ended up taking political science as a module. I failed dismally. Long story short, I failed really bad. I failed so bad, I didn't even qualify to write the test ever, the exam, ever in my life. I had to quit political science the first semester. That's how bad it went. Okay. That's how bad it went. Like, I legit, there's this like system at, let me breathe in. There's a system at university. So you write like 3 tests. So they take 2 of the best tests, and that either qualifies you for exam or it doesn't qualify you for exam. None of my tests for political science qualified me for exam. That's how bad it was. Thank God for academic advice at UOFS. Mr. Hlongwane, shout out to you, because luckily I could actually change my modules to something else, which I think was Afrikaans. So I'm a colored girl. So colored, most of us, or some of us, actually have this thing that we are really good in Afrikaans. I am colored. I'm one of those colored kids. I've been really doing well everywhere. Like Brebna High, Brebna Primary, I was really doing well in Afrikaans. So much so that my last year of my matric, I actually got 92%. I've always been in the 90s in Afrikaans. So I thought what the hell is Afrikaans to me? Like, I thought I was so well at Afrikaans. I decided I'm not even going to take Afrikaans as a first additional language. I'm going to take it as a mother, like as a home language. Little did I know. Little did I know, darling. I decided to take Afrikaans as a home language. Let me just say, people were speaking a language that is not Afrikaans there. Ek het nie verstaan, like I completely did not understand what was being said in class. I cried every single day that I had to go to that lecture. I even begged the teacher to please write like a letter of referral, like basically to refer me to, because they wouldn't, due to my marks actually, they would not allow me to study Afrikaans on a first additional language. They actually said no, because your marks are so well, you have to study it on a home language. I begged my lecturer. I was like, ma'am, I will do anything. Please refer me to first additional Afrikaans because I'm gonna fail. And worst of all, my bursary at that time told me, listen, if you fail any more modules, we are kicking you out. Coolios. So I went to second language. What? I went to Afrikaans first additional. Luckily, I got admitted. I think I swapped, like one child went to first edition. No, I went to first additional and somebody else went to home language. So all was well. It was all cool in the gang. I still failed. What made matters worse, and this is a life hack for everyone who knows me, don't ever date when you have to do really serious things in life. I can guarantee you this. Don't date at university. Don't date at high school. Don't date. Like, just don't date, guys. Find yourself first and then date, because dating just messes up things. So I had this boyfriend, right? So I was dating someone from my matric farewell. Like, me and this guy went to the same matric farewell. We were dating together, right? Then it so happened that things got a little bit messed up, kicked him to the curb. I got a new boyfriend who was at university, the same university as I was. He was studying accounting. I was doing journalism. So in my mind, I had this picture perfect lifestyle that him and I are going to be like really rich, well-off people. He's going to be the accountant, chartered accountant. I'm going to be the journalist. Life showed me mostly flames. I don't know if it showed him flames, but so I'm one of those people. I don't actually like technology as much. As if only, like, I wish you guys could actually see my setup right now. I have no ring light. I don't have a tripod. That's how backdated I am with technology. I'm not a technologically wise person, you see. So I had this boyfriend in university, the accountant, and he connected me to Blackboard. Like, he basically checked all of my everything. He checked my marks. He did all of my admin at university, which was a good thing, but it was also a bad thing, because I knew nothing about my school life. I knew nothing about my academic life. I didn't know when tests were. I didn't know when exams were coming up. I was just so unfazed by varsity. I didn't know what was happening around me. And long story short, I failed all of my modules my first year. So luckily, through the grace of God, and it's through the grace of God, I could register for second year and I wasn't academically excluded. Still had my bursary. I went back to university. It changed me, a changed person, that I was going to do bigger, better things. Life was laughing at me so hard, like, this girl thinks I'm a joke. This was life. Life was like, what? So, I spent most of my time at Takaneng Bridge, honestly. This is much more of a confession than what it is of a first time. I spent most of my time at Takaneng Bridge, swiping left, right, and center. I was one of those privileged kids. Like, I never struggled with food. I never struggled with stationery, and I'm really grateful, you know, because I really had this bursary that catered for everything. So imagine, I wasn't a rich kid, but I was a rich kid at university. I could swipe from Steers to Chickalicious to all of these places. I was just swiping left, right, and center, bro. Like today, if I feel like, you know what, I need posted cards because I'm going to study, go swipe that thing. If I need a laptop bag, go swipe the laptop. If I need a laptop, go swipe the laptop itself. That was just how my life was. And I got so phased into this university lifestyle that I actually forgot to focus on my schoolwork. So my first year, I failed all of my modules. Second year, first semester, I failed Afrikaans dismally. I failed it really badly yet again. Funny enough, I never did bad when it came to criminology, to English, to communications, to journalism. I never did bad. Like all of my major modules, I never did bad. I never failed English. Never. Okay, I failed English. Can I tell you the story of how I failed English? So, this is what happened. This one time I went to go visit my boyfriend. I was still dating this guy, right? Accountant guy. And we were together at he stayed at a commune. So I went to his commune. Lol. What a joke, my darling. Went to his commune and I decided, you know what? I had a test to write at that time, but I was with him at that moment, right? We were eating, we were drinking, we were having so much fun time that I decided, you know what? I'll see this test. I did not know when it came to languages, you had to write all 3 tests. It's not like they choose the 2 best marks. No, they choose all of the tests. So I decided, no man, I'll just do good at the next test coming up. Never wrote the 3rd test. I didn't write the test and I wrote the 2nd test coming up. And then out of the blue on my like academic record, I had an incomplete. I was like, what do you mean? I passed. And they're like, oh yeah, Miss Fasaki, you didn't write the 2nd test for English. I'm like, what you mean? But don't you take the 2 best marks? They're like, no, we take all 3 of the marks. I died. I missed the reassessment for the test. I missed the rewriting for it. I couldn't get a doctor's note. Nothing happened. So basically, I had to repeat writing that test, that module, the 3rd year. So fast forward to my 3rd year, I had to cry to get registered, Jala. Like I honestly had to cry to get registered because UOS was like to academically excluding my ass. I had to cry and beg them, please put on more modules. I had like literally, I think about 12 modules in one semester because I had to redo 1st year, 2nd year, and I had to do 3rd year. And guess what the moral of the story was? They literally told me, listen, if you can pass this 3rd year, we will enable you to write like exams, like a not a preliminary exam, but it's like an exemption exam for criminal, because I failed criminology so badly. So they told me if I can pass my 3rd year, they will allow me to write an exemption exam for criminology, which was going to be the next year. So my 3rd year was 2017. So I had to pass. So you can notice I had something like 24 modules. Shit, I went through the most. Whoa, I just realized this. So yeah, I had something like, I think 24 modules for both semesters, right? So I had to pass all of my 24 modules. This was 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year modules. I had to pass all of them. Then they'd let me write like an exemption exam for criminology, which was the next year, which was like in February. Was it January? It was January 2018 that they were going to allow me to write the exemption exam for criminology, which would enable me to actually graduate. So the sad story about that exam was I really passed. I passed, by the way, guys. That's why I call myself the man, like Becky Lynch, and I also call myself super damn man, not woman, Superman, because I am that girl. I literally passed 24 modules in 1 year. So I did my first year, my second year, and my third year in 1 year. Kan my nie kak vertel nie. Coolios. So I qualified to write the exemption test. I studied so hard for that test. Jella, I studied so hard for that test. And for some weird one reason, I still felt like I was gonna fail the test. Went into the exam room. I wrote. We were like 3 kids that wrote this, or 4. We weren't a lot that wrote this exemption test. Ek lieg nie vir julle nie. I walked out of there feeling like I should just kiss my graduation goodbye, and I should just kiss this whole year of me getting a whole degree goodbye, because I'm not gonna pass. So cried to my mama. I told her, Mom, I'm sorry that I disappointed you, but I don't think I'm gonna graduate anytime soon. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you might as well fill in my forms for UNISA, because I need to do a bridging course before I go back to UOFS. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, girl, I failed my exemption. Like, I'm not gonna get my certificate, I'm not gonna get my degree, whatnot. And then yes, I wrote January. They let me know like within February that everyone, it's all in me. That hello, all Versace, because that's my name. ALL Versace. Congratulations, you are officially a graduate of the University of the Free State. Yes, right there. So on April the 13th, yeah, it's April the 13th, 2018, I walked on that stage at Kali Himan as a graduate of the University of the Free State. Listen, kids, don't ever date in university. Don't let people know your blackboard passwords. Please make sure that whatever modules you choose are ones that you have a passion for, that you love, that you know you're going to excel in. And if there's one thing that especially my degree, it was the one lesson that got me so humbled, taught me, was if something is your passion, you push for it. You don't let other people do the hard work on your behalf. So yes, Jella, this is my boring old story of how I failed my second year, had to do all of my second modules in my third year, and how I survived it. So like I said, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Love you. And thank you so much to Treza May, a native child, for keeping a child on. Bye, Jella.